Sullivan Interview Series. I'm Randall, and this is... And here we have Nick Wayne, of Nick Wayne and the Bat Seeds.
Oi.
How you doing today, Nick Wayne?
It's a right bloody cunt of a day out there. It's hot as fuck.
Nick Wayne, given current events, I wanted to ask about your recent appearance at the George Floyd protest and your courageous confrontation of the U.S. military.
Nick Wayne says, fuck the pigs. Don't vote. I am running for president. Do not vote.
Nick Wayne, can you please describe your political beliefs to our audience and how they affect your artistry as well as your run for presidency?
Well, see, I would say don't vote. Don't wear a seatbelt. Don't wear a condom. The government should not tell me to wear a seatbelt or a condom. Yeah, vote for me or don't vote.
So if no one can vote, how do you expect to win the presidency?
I don't. I think we got to overthrow the government.
Mr. Wayne, if I might, I was thinking, if you managed to convince the American people to not vote, every single one, is there a chance that the election might default to you?
It's possible. I mean, who said anything about America?
That's a good point.
Are you born in America?
No.
Where were you born?
Gotham City, New Hampshire, Australia.
Actually, I'm glad you asked that, because I have a question, Nick. I heard you recently came out as Australian. How is this journey for you?
Well, you know, it's been a right bloody kind of a journey. Nick Wayne!
So I understand that you are, you recently went to those protests against the police. However, you do work under Commissioner Gorbo. So
Yeah.
Is that straining your relationship with Gorbo?
Gorba's a right cunt.
He is.
I bloody hate criminals. I will fucking kill criminals, but I hate the fucking pigs.
Nick, I wanted to know, I haven't heard anything from the Circles burglar in about a year.
He's dead.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, killed that wanker.
Nicely done.
Who would you say is your strongest arch nemesis?
The fiddler, he stole my wine from my condo. The choker, so he's choking himself on my lawn. It's disgusting. The diddler. Stay away from him. Keep your kids away from him. And John Cameron Mitchell. I hate that cunt. And Morrissey.
Nick, I wanted to ask a question. His believes that there's infinite universes out there. If this is the case, and there are an infinite number of Earths, which number Earth do you think we are?
Yeah, I wouldn't know about the numbering, but there are infinite number of Earths, then there would be an Earth where you have not asked that question. Is that true?
That is true.
All right, then.
I understand you have a sidekick, Robert.
Robert, yeah.
Is that your son?
No.
How did you find Robert?
On the street. I adopted him from Cuba, legally, of course.
On the street of Cuba?
Yeah.
Okay. No further questions.
Do you have any future music on the way?
Yeah. We'll be recording something hopefully this year. We'll do, some songs.
What kind of songs?
Classic Bat Seeds type of thing. Protest songs about voting, mostly. But also going back to our roots.
Have you done any campaigns for your presidency so far?
No, and I'm not about to start now.
If you were president, what would your first executive order be?
I would ban crime.
Straight into the point, I see.
Yeah. We make it against the law to be a bloody criminal.
So tell me, Nick Wayne, why are you against seatbelts and condoms?
Well, you know, when you're sitting in a car, it's just work to have to pull that seatbelt over there. I don't like the way it feels, and you know, condoms, it's the same.
So you just find them too restrictive? You can't live on
Yeah, I like to be loose.
Ah, okay.
Are you a supporter of morning after pills?
Yeah, I reckon morning after, you're gonna want to wake up. You're gonna want to take some pills. Yeah, that's right. That's pretty right.
It appears we have some technical difficulty, and by technical difficulty,
Oi!
didn't work. That was our intern. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, intern no name.
Blah.
I heard from little bird, Robert, I guess, that you're a vampire.
That's true. I am in fact a vampire.
Oh.
I was bitten by Dracula.
Dracula himself.
Dracula himself,
From,
yeah.
How is it? Are you doing anything with Dracula and his band, the Draculas?
I have been. I wrote a song about an Australian monster that we have here called a wombat. No, something like that. I don't remember. One yip.
Tell me,
Nasty little buggers.
how do you like the Australian wildlife?
Well, you know, a lot of them have burned up recently, and you know.
I think that's a great segue into my next question. How has the Australian wildfires affected your adopted homeland?
It's been fine.
Is it true the rumors that you've started some of the fires?
I did start a few. Some were by accident. Some were, you know, shooting fireworks at the Prime Minister, and these things happen.
Well, then if I may ask, was coronavirus the best distraction you could have asked for?
You know, in a way, yes. In a way, no, because I did, in fact, also start the coronavirus. And I do have it, yes.
Did you infect the original bat that had it?
I did. I was a vampire. I was having sex with a bat in my bat form as a vampire, and it was sexually transmitted to this bat.
Nick Wayne, if I might ask
Without a condom.
challenging question, would this virus have been prevented if you had worn a condom?
You know, we can get into counterfactuals, but I mean, I don't think there's a world out there where I fuck a bat with a condom.
So does this mean you have coronavirus currently?
I do, yes.
Oh.
Nick, Mr. Wayne, you would not be offended if we were to take a few steps back until both me and my host are 6 feet apart from you.
Well, you know, I always say don't wear a condom, don't wear a seatbelt, don't wear a mask.
So is this why your mask specifically does not cover your nose nor mouth?
It is intentional, yes.
Mr. Wayne, I'm curious. I was impressed by your appearance at the George Floyd protest, but were you by any chance present at the lockdown protests as well?
Yeah, I go to any protest I can just to see if there's any criminals there. They say, you know, there's a criminal element at these things, and bloody hate criminals. I kill criminals.
How do you feel about the Nick Wayne impersonators that have also been wearing your costume at different protests?
You know, they're a bunch of bloody wankers. Not sure how they got these costumes. I never fucking licensed that. But
Do you have your costume specially made for you?
I found it. I've made some alterations though. It's especially done, tailored to me.
If this is not an invasion invasive question, Nick. What is your sexuality?
Bats, mostly. And Robin is my lover.
Oh, okay.
Robert.
Is that what you call him during sex?
Yes, it's a bit of a role play we do. Call him Robin, like the bird.
Do you have any questions for us, Nick?
I reckon I don't. It's been a, right cunt of a day out here.
Since you're a vampire, how long have you lived for?
I reckon about 40 years. I've only recently been a vampire.
I see. So, despite the fact that you are immortal, you have yet to see what it's actually like to be immortal.
Well, there are some benefits right up front. You don't age. You don't. Coronavirus does nothing. It is still contagious, but I can't die. Right, I can spread it to bats by fucking them.
So do you still have symptoms of the coronavirus as a vampire? Or you just have it and you don't feel anything?
Well, you can, as a vampire, you can feel when you're contagious. And I bloody well feel contagious.
Have you turned anyone else into a vampire?
I have Robert, he's a vampire. Commissioner Gorbo.
Do you have a butler as well?
I do. I have a butler named named Alfredo. He's in a band called Olive Gardener. He is Italian.
Are you circumcised? Our listeners would love to know.
Well, yes and no, I was, but when you become a vampire, it goes back.
How long did
I have yet to be recircumcised.
Do you think circumcision will become as common as shaving to you in the future?
It's possible. It all depends on whether I want to go for that look again. It is comparable to a beard.
On the subject of circumcision, what is your religious beliefs?
I'm a Satanist. I do believe in Satan. Satan, honestly.
Do you ever summon Satan to fight crime?
I don't, because Satan, he's neutral on the subject of crime.
What are your least favorite crimes?
Definitely crimes that are done to me. The fiddlist on my wine once, that was just awful.
So, are your arch nemesis, are they more personal enemies? They've done things to you specifically?
Yeah, I'd say for the most part. I mean, except for Morrissey, he's just a cunt.
So, what was his name? The Croaker, the Croaker, the Choker?
The Choker, yeah,
The
that cunt.
Choker. What is your backstory with him?
Well, he's always choking himself on my lawn and jacking off, and I just got tired of it, so I beat him up.
How do these villains find you?
I don't bloody know. I don't right know.
How did he get on your lawn?
Yeah, that's a good question. I am listed in the phone book as Nick Wayne, with my address. They don't usually put addresses in the phone book, but they did for some reason.
What is your place of residence, Nick?
I live in a condo
Where?
in Gotham City, New Hampshire, Australia.
That's right, I'm sorry.
How is the condo? How large is it? What does it look like?
Well, it's quite dark. Got to keep the sunlight out.
Do you keep a lot of bats in there?
A few bats every now and again. They'll come over to fuck. We've had some security issues at the condo. The fiddler managed to get in and make off with my wine, but kicked his ass.
What's your opinion on the idea
you know, I disagree with their position on condoms.
So if the fiddler was able to break into your house, do you have a security system now, or are you sort of your own security system?
Yeah, Robert usually hangs around. He'll tell me if things are going on.
Do you have any other sidekicks? Are you planning to have any
Some
sidekicks
bats.
in the future? Yeah, okay.
Do you think a female sidekick is needed?
Well, you know, most of my sidekicks are also sexual partners. So, yeah, we'll see.
Have you traveled anywhere else other than Australia? Where have you been?
Went to, what the fuck's it called? New Zealand.
How
Yeah.
is New Zealand?
A bunch of cunts.
Have you ever been to the city of Metropolis?
Where is that again?
It's in, I think it's also Massachusetts as well.
Yeah. Right, yeah. Bunch of cunts.
So, Nick Wayne, I recently saw a video of you fighting the fiddler, and it seems as though your mask sometimes covers your eyes during your crime fighting. Does this ever prohibit you from beating up your enemies?
Well, you know, it's comes with the territory, really. When I'm doing karate on criminals, kicking their asses, I have made alterations to this outfit that I found.
So
But,
it's better now?
It is a bit better. You do still occasionally get problems when you're in the middle of karate. It's hard to avoid with karate, you know.
Can I also ask, why did you decide to not have a secret identity? Your identity is very open. Clearly, villains can find you right at your home address. And you wear a costume, however, we all know who you are.
Yeah, the costume is more of a fetish thing, you might say. As for the identity not being a secret, Nick Wade is not my real name.
It's not.
I don't have a birth certificate or a social security number because,
So how do you know you're 40 years old? And
honestly, it's a guess.
okay.
Nick, this has been an incredible year. We've seen your adopted country of Australia on fire. We've nearly had a World War III. We've had a virus that apparently you started. And,
The fires as well, I was responsible for.
and history-altering protests going on right now. What new chapters do you think are in store for us before the end of this year? And will you be responsible for that?
Well, you know, I reckon we'll see. You know, there's some bright cons out there, so you never know. But, you know, releasing new music, that could be world-changing. Who knows?
You might be the president.
I might be president, right? I am running. Do not vote. Right.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Nick Wayne. This was an excellent interview.
Thank you as well.
Thank you. You've been a bunch of right cons.
I appreciate that.
What? Nick Wayne! Nick bloody Wayne!